Well, hello friends and family, welcome to Jim's in Town Gardening and Bella's Legacy Rabbitry. So, it's a beautiful day here in Maine. Here we are, March? I got March. May? Oh, I can't remember. You know what, I'm going to sit down. I'm going to sit down right in my garden. I hope you don't mind. It's been a long hot day. You know, that's the nice thing about having the wood chips on the garden. So, I have been planting onions today. I typically buy what they call copra, and I usually get 2 bundles of copra. Now, in a bundle of copra, it's supposed to be 55 to 75 plants, and a plant, hopefully you see that all right, that is an onion plant. That would have been probably planted down in Texas sometime in the fall, and you put your order in. And I've watched the video when they're doing this. They grab a bunch, they clip the tops off, and you can see the top where it's been clipped off. They bundle them up in elastic bands, and then they put them in the mail. Well, I have done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows, 6 and a little short row of the copra. My guess is there was somewhere in each bundle of 150 to 175, so I guess I got my money's worth. What you do is you buy however many bundles you want. There's no shipping cost on it. They send it out from Texas. It goes to different hubs that they have set up so that you can get the plant really quick, really early. And what you do with those is, as soon as you get them in the mail, you snap the elastic band and spread them out on a table or whatever in a cool place. Usually I try to pick a cool, dark place, dry, because if you don't spread those out, what's going to happen is, because there's moisture here, they're going to get moldy. That happened to me once. Got busy, forgot all about it, and I don't know, it was probably 3 days later, and it was a little musty. But you know what? Actually, I think it was last year, and my onions were perfect. I had really good onions. So this isn't going to be really long. What I do, like I said, I'm in wood chips. Okay, so what I do is I've got 2 posts, or 2 stakes, and I got the line. You can see the line. Let me see if I can center it. Somewhere near like that. That gives me my marker, and I do that no matter what I'm planting. I use this lines to keep them straight. Now with onions, you want to plant them about 3 inches apart, 2 to 3 inches apart, especially with the reds, because I get monster sizes. Mine will be almost softball size red onions. I give them the full 3 inches in between. Yeah, so what I do is I take my rake and I pull those wood chips to expose the soil. Okay, I'm going to move this a little bit, and hopefully I'm going to keep it so that you can see what I'm doing. So there's my soil. It dried out a little bit. I just sold 2 bunnies, so all right, so that's about as deep as I go. What they say is an inch, inch and a half. So I just put my plant in there like that, put the soil around it, about 3 inches. Put it in the ground, pack it, and that's what I do all the way down the row. It's got big roots. Now, the reason that you don't want to go down deep is once these grow, in fact, on my profile picture, you're going to see onions that I had growing. I don't remember how long ago, 5-6 years ago when that picture was done. Um, all right, let me switch this around. Even once that onion ball starts growing and it's exposed, that's good. Don't worry about it. Don't cover them up. You know, they're not like potatoes where you got to keep hilling them up, or other plants. Just let them go. So what I do next, and I'll show you, is I'm going to water these in. But first of all, I'm going to turn my rabbits out on this and let them fertilize. So give me just a few minutes. We'll do that. Okay, so now the next thing you want to do is water them in. One of the things you don't want to do when you get your plants from the mail is put them in water. Don't worry about it as long as you get them in. Oh, I'm going to say probably a week and a half, 2 weeks after you get them. Like I said, unpackage them and keep them in a cool place. The big thing is cool and dry, because they're kind of in a dormant stage when you first get them. So I'm going to go down the line here and just water them in. Sun's pretty bright. So there is what? 300. There's somewhere around 450 to 500 onion plants that I put in today. I have really good luck with onions here, and especially after I started using the onion plants. Now, it's crazy. Here's, I don't know how well you're seeing it inside my greenhouse. This is the little greenhouse for this year. A lot of peppers, quite a few tomatoes. Let me get in the shade here. Give me just a second. There. Yeah, that was, I didn't count them. I know that was way more than what they was supposed to have been. You know, and the thing is with them, what you do is you buy, you know, one bunch, and it's a certain price, and then you know, if you get two of one, and then like I got two of the one type. It used to be copra, and the reason I picked copra, you know, it's a what do they call it? Long something for Maine weather, the Northeast. Long-term onion. Storage, I think, is somewhere around 8 to 10 months, which, you know, is good for me. What I'm using now for the red ones is the Red Wing, which has a long life. It's not quite as long as what I'm using. So what took the place of the copra is Patterson, and it's supposed to be just as good or better, so we'll try it. And the problem is they ran out of all the seed, so copra is no longer. I would have thought somebody would have jumped on board on that and started saving the seed of it, but because it was a great onion. So hopefully this will be as good, and I'm sure it will be. And I'm not being paid or anything I'm not being sponsored by this place at all, but you know, I've been using Dixondale Farms now for probably 7 years, maybe even 8 years. You know what? It's longer than that. I can't tell you how long, but it's a good family outfit to work with. When I call my order, they're very pleasant. Answer any questions that you have. You know, they'll schedule it when you want the onions. I told them I wanted it the week of somewhere around the beginning of May, only because normally the snow doesn't leave my front yard or even the garden until May 1st. It was early this year. Can't remember what the actual date was when I left here, but it was early this year. And I'm wore out today. Been busy, a lot going on, ministry, rabbits. Like I said, I just sold 2 rabbits today. But the other thing is, up until last week, we had all we could do to get up into the 40s, mid-40s, and temperatures were down in the 20s. Now, yesterday morning when I got up, it was 36 degrees. The morning before, it was somewhere around 34, 35. And I think the daytime high was 50 or 60s. Well, today we're at 87 right now. And, you know, when you get older, your body just doesn't recoup to... It's hard to go from those cold temperatures to bam. We're supposed to be hit 90 day after tomorrow, Saturday. So, anyways. You know, even my peppers and tomatoes, I brought them out. I transplanted those yesterday. And, there's probably 70 pepper plants. Tomatoes, I'm not sure how many. I had quite a few that didn't come up. I did replant my, what did I plant? My boxcar Willie tomatoes. because I wasn't sure which tray that I had those in. So anyways, I replanted some of those. And I'm not worried about it. I know it's late, but if I even had a tomato this big, I put it in the ground with bunny poop, it's going to grow. So tomorrow, it's late in the day now, so tomorrow I'm going to be planting onion sets. Now, onion sets don't last as long. Storage life isn't that long on them. There's a different flavor to them. But what we do with that is we'll dehydrate them. Takes time. It's going to be many bins worth. There's 2 pounds of those yellow onions. She's got a lot of onion flake left over, but what we're going to do is make onion salt because we use a lot of onions. That and quite a few of these onions I'll probably bless other people with. So it's just another thing that my wife and I do. So I'll probably do that on the hopes that I can work on my tractor in the back and have that ready so I can rototill my neighbor's yard. And what I'll be doing there is a good part of that garden is going to be peas. I'm going to plant a lot of peas. So this garden here, once I get the onions in, it will be mostly broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, Brussels sprouts. Tomatoes will come in this garden, which I haven't put in this garden for a while. I'll have my lettuces, my spinaches, greens, arugula, collard greens, so on and so forth. So it's exciting getting out in the garden, getting my hands dirty. I look forward to this right from about January. Oh, I can't wait to get in my garden. This is my busy time. With the wood chips, I don't have to worry about rototilling this garden. My mom is really thinking about doing it up north where she is. And I said, well, Mom, it saves a lot of weeding. Now, do I have weeds? I do have weeds in there, and a lot of that is because a lot of my chips have rotted down, depleted. Last year I got busy. Some of them grew up, some of them went to seed, so I do have weeds. But what you're going to find in the Back to Eden garden method, and actually even with the straw and the hay type, if you've got a good covering on your garden, it keeps that soil loose. So when you go to pull, like dandelions, how hard dandelions are to pull up, they've got a long taproot. What I do is I reach down, you get your leaves, you get onto that little ball-like, and it pulls up just like this, and you get the whole root. So it's not like you're snapping it off, and in a couple weeks you've got another dandelion plant growing up. That's what I love about this. So yeah, on the further end, where my boat is, I've got a lot of weeds growing up in there. But we'll tend to that. That's probably around where my corn will be. In fact, I'll probably start my corn in seed trays. Just easier for me, and especially with the Back to Eden method. And I know the chips are a little bit thicker and coarser down that end. It was a load that I got probably 4 years ago, and it was real coarse stuff. This up here is pretty fine for the most part, and I've got that to do this week. I got to borrow a chipper from a friend, and I talked with a guy who was chipping a week or so ago, so I've got to go and I'll get a pickup load of that. That will probably go where the onions are, because this area is getting down too. So anyways, friends, I just thought I'd share a little bit. Maybe I'll show part of this. I basically plant those the same way. But, maybe I'll take you for a ride. Depends on how busy it is in the morning when I do that. So love you all. Hope this video inspired you to get out and plant something. Many of you are way, way, way ahead of us weather-wise, but you know what? For a lot of things, you still get time. Even in southern states, you still get time. So plant something for yourself. Enjoy fresh vegetables. Friends, we love you. God bless you.